Hello, welcome to the Airco Academy. Today we'll be going over a cylinder delivery order to invoice process. Now this order will be a delivery to a customer, so it will not be at the counter. It will cover something with a delivery of cylinders, so hard goods only will not be covered. And we will be looking at various screens in P21, including the order screen, the shipping screen, as well as the track about shipping screen, and we will be looking at the app for track about for the delivery, and we'll be looking at the website for track about for the verification. So let's go ahead and get started. And just an overview from the order to invoice flowchart. Everything starts with an order, and that starts in P21. From here, we create a delivery ticket, which will be taken by the driver. And at the same time, we need to push data, in this point, the delivery ticket, to track about for verification. So that will happen in the track about shipping window. Then we make the delivery, and that will be done with the mobile app. Next, we will verify in track about, and that's basically a three-way match. We're going to match against the app, we're going to match against what the order says out of P21, and we're going to match what the paperwork says. And after everything looks good, we'll send that information back to P21 and we will invoice it. They call it a shipping window for some reason. I call it invoicing. So in this module, we'll conduct the following steps. In order entry, we're going to deliver one oxygen, one acetylene, one piece of soapstone. And we're going to use a training account 11260. Next, we're going to send that order to track about in the track about shipping window. I'll show you how it's done. Next, we're going to ship those items using the mobile app. We want to ship the acetylene and the oxygen. Right now, we do not ship hard goods with the app, but we will in the future. Next, we're going to review the delivery and verify that in track about. And last, we're going to invoice the delivery in Profit 21. Also, please note that I'm going to be using a live environment to do this training. This is mainly due to the settings that are necessary. If we do use the play environment, it would cause a delay in getting this done because Trackabout has to make certain settings. So while we're using the live environment, we will be deleting this ticket or crediting this ticket, so we will not be impacting the inventory at the branch. So here's the order entry. I'm going to now move on over to P21 in the order entry screen. So here we go. And you can see I've already basically populated all of the screen itself with the oxygen, the acetylene, and the piece of soapstone. And there's nothing fancy here. If you do not know how to do an order, that will be another module that you'll need to take, but this is just a very basic, simple delivery for a customer, one oxygen, one acetylene. Like I said, I've already printed this delivery ticket out. So next, what happens is you come over here. And I'll apologize for this. I'm going to come over here. So here, we're going to input our delivery ticket number. It's right there. And usually we don't just pick one single ticket. We do this in a batch. And seeing I've already sent this to Trackabout, you can resend things. It won't hurt anything. But I want to show you what it looks like. There you go. Now, if we had routes set up, let's say a Tuesday or Thursday, we could send those tickets to Trackabout, which then could get loaded onto the app for delivery, and that's coming down later down the line. So let's go ahead, and after everything looks good, you're just going to save it. Once again, it's not going to hurt anything. Okay, and you get the update was successful. All right, next, we've got our ticket. So we'll pretend we're the driver. And we've got our delivery order, and we're at the customer site. So let's pull up our app. There we go. So if you have your app open, you can follow along. You can kind of do this yourself. But first, we're going to hit the deliveries. So deliveries. And if you look at the ticket, there's two things that you got to have in the app, sorry. You got to have the customer, the order. And if you're looking for the customer, it's real easy because it's this barcode right here. Now you can type this in if you want to, but I highly recommend just zapping it. So let's go ahead and zap the customer number. And Trackabout asks you, what are you trying to tell me? In this case, we're going to say customer. And your double check is 11260. That looks like a customer number to me. So now let's get one of the order numbers. Now, you would think the order number is this. Track about order number really means delivery number. So there's some naming conventions you're just going to have to get used to. P21 calls a delivery, track about order. This is the number that we use, the 2 number. So let's go ahead and scan. Now you can scan up here or you can scan down here. It's the same information. It doesn't matter. So let's go ahead. Let's just scan the top one. And once again, it asks you, is it a customer or an order number? We'll click on order, and there you go. That's all the information that's needed on this screen. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit notes and we'll type in, let's say, training. And you could say anything in here, the notes that you want to leave for the branch manager, for distribution, for the cylinder control. It's something if the driver wants to put in here, customer doesn't see it. All right. So you got scans and you got ships. So we'll come over here and we'll scan 1, we'll scan 2. So as you can see, there's 2 ships. Now I'm going to hit this return button. And you can see how everything lights up in red. So we'll go over here and get 1 return, 2 return. And after that, we're going to hit our done button. And now we have 2 and 2. If you wanted to, you could come up here and you can click up here, anywhere if you want to. And it's going to tell you what you shipped. You shipped unsettling, an auction. Everything looks good. So everything looks fine. So let's go ahead and click that next button up here. Once again, this is nothing more than another double check. We ship to, return to, customer. What we want to do is we want to capture the customer's name. So we'll say Bob. Bob. And we ask them to sign. If they so choose, well, that's my name. That's not Bob. We'll say it's C. Bob. All right. And you hit save. And that delivery is now sent to Trackabout. So let's go over to Trackabout. And I've already inputted the invoice number here. So let's go ahead and click enter. And there it is. Like I said, that's within, what, say 10 seconds. And you can see that Bob signed for it. There's my notes. And you kind of do a quick look-see. We ordered 1, we shipped 1. And these 2 are the empty part numbers, if you recall from one of the earlier modules. So everything looks great. Now you'll see down here, when red, you see red in Trackabout means something is not right. In this case, it's okay because we do not track hard goods. In the future, this is going to be a 1-in-1 as well if we did deliver that piece of soapstone, because we will be using Trackabout to verify not just cylinders, but hard goods as well. So if everything looks great, which it does, we're just going to go ahead and verify this record. And then that information gets sent to P21. So in P21, you come to the shipping window. And what you'll do is you'll enter in that delivery ticket right here. And it takes a little while to think about it. And that looks like our order. Now, the one thing you need to be aware of, if this has not been verified, you're going to get a warning up here saying it's not been verified. But there's no warning. So the first step that we do is we want to confirm the shipment. If the date is different, say if you're doing selection a couple days later, you really need to change the ship date. There's a PO, need to make sure there's a PO on it. And from this window, like I said, you can do some invoicing, whatever. We're not going to talk about that in this module. We're just trying to verify the information. Well, 1-in-1, 1 piece of soapstone. If you want to, you can come up and look at the empty cylinders. Oh, there's those empty cylinders right there. And everything looks good. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just save it. and it's been generated right up here. You can print out that invoice and send it to the customer. It is on their account. It will go out in their invoicing the next day, either by print, email, fax, whatever they have their setting. But that basically is the invoice order to invoice process. And as always, if you have any questions, please email me. Thank you.